Everyone, how are you? I hope all of you are fine. Today I am going to discuss about the frequency modulation and DSBSC modulation programs using the MATLAB. So already we know that we can perform the modulation experiments using the MATLAB editor window, that is by typing the code, and we can also perform the same experiments using the MATLAB Simulink, that is by designing the models. Let us see the how to write the code for frequency modulation and how to run those codes. So let us start. So this is the program for frequency modulation. If I see for any type of MATLAB program, the starting instructions, let us see CLC clear or closer. So because in MATLAB window, if you observe the MATLAB window, we have the some separate sub windows. Sub windows are like current folder, workspace, editor window, command window. So to clear all the windows, we are using the CLC clear or closer. Next, for any type of signal, this time is very important, because a signal is nothing but a function of the time. That's why whatever the modulated signal, message signal, carrier signals, all should be defined with a particular time. So that's why here the time is defined with starting with 0 and ending with 2, and with the step size of 0.001. Next, after that, we are defining the amplitudes of each one. So for any type of modulation, message signal and carrier signals are present. That's why we define the amplitude of message signal, amplitude of carrier signal. So here we can see we can take any values. Here in this program I am selecting as AM is equal to 0.1. You can change these values, AM and AC values. Next one is FM and FC. So here I am taking the FM is equal to 2, FC is equal to 10. So keep it in mind, the message signal is a low frequency signal, carrier signal is a frequency signal. So you need to select the frequency of carrier as the highest one rather than the message signal. That is very important point. Next one is for any modulation index is very important. For frequency modulation also, the modulation index is defined. So here I want to observe the narrowband FM. That's why I am taking k is equal to 2 or beta is equal to 2. You can change this variable. Here I am taking the modulation index k is equal to 2. Next, omega C1 and omega C2. These are the nothing but angular frequencies. So already we define the message and carrier signal frequencies in terms of hedges, and then these two frequencies are converted into the angular frequency using these commands. Omega C1 is equal to 2 pi FM. This is omega C1 is the angular frequency of message signal. Omega C2 is the angular frequency of carrier signal. Next one is I am defining the message signal and carrier signal. So all of you know that equations of message signal, any message signal is represented as AM cos of omega mt. Generally in mathematical equation we take like that, but here our frequency of message is taken as omega C1. That's why it is AM cos of omega C1t, and C of t is nothing but AC cos omega C2t. So now using these two equations, we are defining the message signal and carrier signal. Next, what is the next step? I want to perform the frequency modulation. So according to the basic fundamental equation of FM, using that same formula, same equation, same mathematical equation, I am defining the frequency modulated signal with variable S. S is equal to AC cos of omega Ct plus beta sine omega mt. Generally in our theory, we can observe the equation in that form. AC cos of omega Ct plus beta sine omega mt. In place of beta, here I am taking the k. In place of omega m, I am taking the omega C1. So this is the fundamental frequency modulated signal equation. So whatever the modulated signal, that is saved in the variable S. Next, in order to observe each and every signal in MATLAB, we have the command subplot and plot. So why we are using the subplot? Because in order to observe the multiple images using the same figure window, we are using the subplot. The first two indices represent the size of the figure window. So 4, 1 is the size of the figure window, that is 4 by 1, that is 4 rows and 1 column. That means we can see the 4 figures at a time. In the first figure, I want to see the message signal, that's why I plot of t comma empty, and I am indicating the title. Empty is nothing but message signal, that's why I am taking the title as modulating signal. 4 comma 1 comma 2. So in the second figure, I want to see the carrier signal, that's why I plot of t comma ct. The third figure, the modulated signal is obtained, but here there is a small change. So rather than t comma s, I am taking t comma empty also. That is, I want to observe the both modulated signal and message signal at a time in the same figure. That's why I am defining the plot as t comma s comma t comma empty. And here observe the title as taken as modulated signal with respect to message signal. That is how the frequency variation takes place with respect to the message signal, that is observed in the third figure. And in the fourth figure, I want to see the demodulated signal. So before observing the demodulated signal, first I want to define the demodulated signal. So the demodulated signal is defined as AC omega ct plus beta into m of t. So by using this equation, we can generate the demodulated signal. Next, plot of t comma s2. So t comma s2 is nothing but which can plot the demodulated signal. So this is the program for the frequency modulation and demodulation using the basic equation, basic mathematical equation, that is user defined equations. Here there is no predefined commands. We are defining the modulated signal and we are defining the demodulated signal based on the fundamental theory concept. So let us run this program. So this is the output of this program. The first figure, in the figure window, we have the 4 figures because of size of 4 by 1. The first figure is the message signal, second figure is the carrier signal, and third figure is the modulated signal. So if we observe the modulated signal, how is the change takes place? For peak values of message signal, for peak values of message signal, the frequency is maximum. For negative peaks of the message signal, that is whenever the strength is minimum, the frequency is also minimum. Here this is the time axis. Time axis means here the time period is maximum, means frequency is minimum. So this is the representation of the modulated signal with respect to the message signal. Here red color curve is nothing but message signal and blue color curve is nothing but frequency modulated signal. And here this is the demodulated signal. So if you observe the modulating signal and demodulated signal, both are same as in shape. So you can change the parameters. Let us take this beta is equal to some 5. I am changing the modulation index as 5. Again I am running the program. So if we change the modulation index, the frequency modulated signal is also changed. So like that you can change the parameters of the carrier signal, you can change the parameters of the message signal. So here I am defining the FM is equal to 2, FC is equal to 10. You can change. If we take FM is equal to 20, FC is equal to 100. Again, run this program. So you can observe this one. That is, as you define the frequency is very high, then you can observe this one. So like that, just by changing the frequencies. Just by changing the frequency of message signal, frequency of carrier signal, we can, by changing the modulation index, we can change the frequency modulated signal. You can also change the AM and AC. But remember one point, the frequency of message signal should be very less and frequency of the carrier signal should be taken as high compared to the message signal. So that is about the frequency modulation. This program is also performed using the predefined command. So let us see how we can perform the frequency modulation using the predefined commands. So here in this program, if you observe the X, Y and Z, so here there is a predefined command FM mod. FM mod is a predefined command which perform the frequency modulation with arguments X. X is nothing but a message signal, that's why X is defined like this. FC is the carrier frequency and Fs is the sampling frequency. FD is nothing but frequency deviation. So here also, first of all, we are defining the S is equal to 100, FC is equal to 200, this carrier frequency is equal to 200, Fs is equal to 500. Next one is T. T is equal to, that is the time of the message signal. The time period of the message signal is defined as like this. 0 colon. Here S value is not required, I think so, because here there is no S variable. So let us remove this line. FC, so in the predefined command we require the X. So to define the message signal, I am defining the time, and for carrier frequency I am defining the FC as 200, and FS sampling frequency for predefined frequency modulation within the argument we need to define the sampling frequency also, and it should be greater than FC. That's why I am taking the 500. Next, plot of T colon, plot of T of 1 colon 100, Y of 1 colon 100. This is the plot to observe the signal. Here we are giving the time specification. Next one is the FM demodulation. Y is nothing but modulation command and Z is nothing but FM demodulation command. If you observe the arguments, so for performing FM modulation, we are first argument is X, that is message signal. For performing demodulation, the first argument is Y, that is nothing but modulated signal as given as input, and again we need to take the remaining parameters as it is, FC, FS and F deviation. So figure of 2, or you can take figure of 1. Actually this is also the part of the first program 1 in FM modulation, but I'm separating that program. So that's why figure of 2 is there. Here I am modifying figure of 1. Plot of T comma X. I want to observe the message signal. X means message signal with color, with particular color. And second one is T comma Z. T comma Z is nothing but I want to see the demodulated signal with some color and having some dotted lines. That's why I am defining this command like this format. And I want to observe the X label and Y label also in the figure window. That's why I am defining X label as time of second, Y label as amplitude, and legend, virtual signal. Here we can say the title, you can say in the place of the legend you can take the title also. So this is the program using the communication toolbox. That is, in MATLAB there is an advantage to perform any modulation. There will be some predefined commands for performing modulation and demodulation. So this is a sample program for performing frequency modulation, and here I am taking only one plot where I can see message signal, multi-tone message signal. Here I am not taking the single tone, I am taking the multi-tone message signal, sine of 2 pi f1t plus 2 sine 2 pi f2t. So I am taking the multi-tone message signal. I want to see the demodulated signal, how the demodulated signal is there, how the demodulated signal is present in the figure by performing these two predefined commands. So let us run this program. So this is the output of this program, a frequency modulation using the predefined command. So here original signal is a smooth curve and the demodulated signal is a dotted line. So if we observe, the shape of the original signal and demodulated signal are same. How the demodulated signal is the same as the original message signal? If we perform the modulation properly, then only we can get the original reconstructed signal. That's why using the predefined commands also we can perform the modulation and demodulation. So this is the output of this one. So up to now we observe the frequency modulation using the basic equations and using the predefined commands by using these two programs. Next I am going to observe DSBSC. I want to show the DSBSC waveform, how we can generate the DSBSC. So already you know that DSBSC signal is nothing but it's a one type of AM and it can be generated by performing the multiplication of the message signal and carrier signal. So just like as a previous program, all the things, that is the first whatever we are using the previous program, all those are same. So CLC, clear, closure, these are used for clearing all the windows in the MATLAB, and I am defining the signal with starting of 0 and ending with 0.5 with the step size of 0.001. Now I am defining the message signal and carrier signal amplitude as 2, 2. You can change the these amplitudes. But for DSPSC signal, both message signal and carrier signal amplitudes are taken as equal. So if we observe, if we change the amplitudes, how the DSPSC waveform is there, waveform is there by changing the frequencies. Here I am defining these parameters like this: AM is equal to AC is equal to 2. So if we take AC is equal to 3 or AC is equal to 5, that is nothing but we will see the overmodulated signal. So DSBSC is nothing but it's a perfect modulation of AM. So already you observed in AM 3 cases are there. First one is under modulation, second one is the critical modulation, and third one is the over modulation. So the DSBSC waveform is same as the amplitude modulation with the modulation index is equal to 1. So same as the AM. So that's why here I am taking the AM is equal to AC is equal to. So later we can change these values, how the resultant output is there for the changed values we can see later. So FM and FC are defined. Then I am changing the frequency of message signal and frequency of carrier signal with the angular frequency. That's why I am taking 2 pi FM, 2 pi FC. Next, I am defining the modulation index. So here for AM or DSPSC or SSPSC, for any type of modulation index play a major role. In frequency modulation, directly we take the value, but in case of this DSPSC, I am defining K is equal to AM by AC. AM by AC means AM by AC. Here 2 by 2 is given, that is K is equal to 1. So if we take K is equal to 1, the waveform will be very clear. So next one is C of T. C of T is defined, that is AC sin omega C2T, because omega C2 is nothing but carrier frequency. Omega C2 is a carrier frequency in terms of radius, that is angular frequency of carrier represented with omega C2. So that's why C of T is defined as AC sin omega C2T, and M of T is equal to AM sin of omega C1T. Next, according to the basic definition of DSPSC, a DSPSC signal is generated by performing product of message and carrier. That's why M of T is message, C of T is carrier. That's why I am performing the product. Here you need to consider product is nothing but we have the two variables for the product in MATLAB, that is dot and dot star. For element by element multiplication, we need to take the dot star. That's why dot star is taken. Next, for observing all those individual input signals and modulated signal, we are taking the figure window with the subplot and plot command. These are same just like as the previous program. First figure M of T is observed. In the second figure carrier signal is observed, and third figure is modulated signal. And finally, what is a demodulated signal? How we can perform the demodulated signal? So this is the command for the demodulated signal, that is modulated signal by carrier signal. What is the modulated signal? Is nothing but product. S is nothing but M of T dot star of C of T by C of T. That is C of T get cancelled. We get only message signal. So that's why the demodulated signal is defined with this mathematical operation. And plot of T comma S2, that is T comma S2 is plotted in the fourth figure. So let us run this program. So this is the output of this program. The first figure is the modulating signal, second figure is the carrier signal, and third figure is the modulated signal, and fourth one is the demodulated signal. So if we observe the modulated signal, we are taking the modulation index is equal to 1. That's why we are getting the waveform nature like this. And for every zero crossing point, this point is called as zero crossing point. For every zero crossing point, there should be a phase reversal. So this is very, very important point. We need to observe. So this is the output of DSBSC waveform. So the programs are very simple. Main thing is we need to initialize each and every parameter of message signal and carrier signal. Later we need to define the signal, modulated signal and demodulated signal, and later we need to plot those figures using the subplot and plot command. So this is the code for DS. We can also perform the same experiment using the MATLAB Simulink. So for getting the Simulink, and then another video, I can show the MATLAB Simulink programs. So please do these two programs. If you have any doubts regarding these two programs or any MATLAB program, please contact me. Thank you. In the next video, I will show the MATLAB Simulink design models for frequency modulation and DSP-SC. Practice these two programs. Meanwhile, practice these two programs.